Up next, may we have the envelope, please? Rob Wilson is here to hand out his annual Benji Awards for Best Stock Performance of the Year, right after this. While the Academy may be finished giving awards for the year, we still have a few other awards to pass out. Financial planner Rob Wilson is here today to announce the winners of this year's Benji Awards, not for best movies, but for best investments. Rob, you're looking dressed for the occasion.
Thank you very much. Much to my dismay, though, my invite to the Oscars still has not come in the mail. I don't know what's going on there. Even Hines Ward was spotted on the red carpet last night.
Wow.
So, we'll try again next year. But until then, there are some financial things that I think that we had to celebrate. The Dow Jones briefly crossed the 13,000 mark last week, which is a milestone. And the S&P Friday closed at its highest level since 2008. So I figured we could celebrate those things with our own award show, which I've affectionately dubbed the Benjis.
And where does Benji come from?
So Benjamin Franklin is on the $100 bill. So those are all things that we want to have in our pockets. So I figured I'd call the awards.
I like it. All right, so let's start with number one, Best Director Award.
Yeah, I came up with this Best Director Award, and what I do here, the folks that are in the running for this are the stock market indices, because I feel like those indices sort of give you the direction of the overall market. And the winner this year is the Dow Jones, and so as you know, that's made up of 30 of the most widely known stocks, and it was up 5.5% last year. And the runners up were the Nasdaq, which is more technology company heavy, was actually down 1.8% last year, and the S&P 500 was pretty flat. So, and the S&P 500 may actually be a more accurate indicator of the overall economy because it's more broadly based. So it was flat, which is kind of how people are feeling about the economy. Not really too far up, but we're trying to recover at the same time.
How does it compare to previous years?
Well, last year we bounced back very well off the lows from 2008. So I believe off the top of my head the Dow was up about 12%. So not as good as it was last year, but we'll take what we can get.
Still going up, so that's good. All right, let's do the Best Performance Award.
Okay, so the Best Performance Award is kind of like the Best Actor or Best Actress Award that you may have seen last night. And these are the stocks that had the best returns in 2011. So the winner was actually a company called Cabot Oil and Gas, which was up 100% last year. So that means it basically doubled last year. And this stock is interesting because it is in oil and gas, but it also has a tie to our region, and that is benefiting a lot from the Marcellus Shale that we have here in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
So they've been very involved in that area, and obviously are making a lot of money, and the stock has done well. The runner-up, one of the runners-up was a company called El Paso. Now, this is not the taco shell and sauce maker. It's another sort of oil and gas company. They produce natural gas pipelines, and they benefited because another company came in and said that they were going to buy them. So typically when you have a company being bought out, they'll pay more than the stock is trading at the time. So the stock goes up, and it was up 93% last year. And the last one was Intuitive Surgical, was up 79%. And this is interesting. They make robots that help doctors perform minimally invasive surgical procedures. So as we have baby boomers getting older, requiring more medical care, this is a company that's done very well in that area.
Very interesting. Any losers of notable mention?
There are. So last year we made a note that Netflix, the DVD by mail and now video streaming company, was one of the best performing stocks. And this year it was one of the worst. It was actually down 60%. And I think what this proves is when you're investing, you can't just go and chase the stock that was doing well last year. You really got to sit down and do your homework and figure out what's going to do well the next.
Yeah, it's never simple. All right, let's do the Best Supporting Actor.
Okay, so I added this category because I know folks probably aren't familiar with those best performing stocks last year. So I came up with Best Supporting Actor because these stocks are in the Dow and are more widely known. So the best stock in this category was McDonald's. So it seems like in good times or bad, people are always going to eat Big Macs and chicken McNuggets. So they were up 30%, doing very well. IBM was up 25%. Very big computer company, and this is surprising because to be such a large company and have been around for so long, they've been able to stay on the cutting edge of technology. And Warren Buffett actually just injected some cash and invested in them as well. So he's not usually wrong. So I'll follow his recommendations. And the third runner-up was Pfizer, the drug drug maker. They were up 23% last year. Again, I think this is a baby boomer story. As the baby boomers get older, they need more medication to try to help maintain their standard of living, and Pfizer has been a company that's benefited from that.
Interesting. All right, well, let's also, now that we've finished with our awards, talk about March Madness. You've got a fun contest coming up?
Well, you know what, trying to figure out, and research these stocks, can be difficult. So what I've tried to do is figure out a way to use sports as a way to educate individuals about the stock market. So I came up with a contest. This is the third year I'm running it. It's called March Money Madness. And so if you're familiar with the college basketball tournament that happens every year called March Madness, right, people are, kind of goofing off at work, filling out their brackets, seeing which team is going to win. Well, I created a bracket. Instead of using basketball teams, I picked 64 stocks. And the game between the stocks occurs during 1 week in the real life stock market. So whichever stock has the highest return during that week wins the game, and so on and so forth until one stock is the final champion. So this year there is a $5 entry fee, but the winner can walk away with 50% of the entry fee, so that can help someone pay down debt or go back to school or start the business that they've been trying to start for a while. And folks can actually go to the website right now, marchmoneymadness.com, and sign up, and gameplay actually starts on March 12th.
You mean 50% of everyone together's entry fee?
50% of of the total entry fees. That's what the top. I'll give some other prizes away along the road. I gave away some iPads last year, but the top winner wins half of the entry fees.
Fantastic. Sounds like fun. Thanks so much,
Thank
Rob.
you for having me.
Good to see you. All right. And you can look for Rob Wilson, financial planner with Blazer Capital Management, here for Money Mondays on Pittsburgh Today Live. And if you want to sign up for his March Money Madness game, you'll find the link on our website at kdka.com/PTL.